that was victimized by a real horrible, horrific political attack. It was called genocide. And they called it genocide because literally a whole generation was wiped out.
Oh, wow.
Do you understand what I'm just saying to you?
Mm-hmm.
A whole fucking generation was wiped out. It was a political man. It was a guy, his name was Pol Pot. He wanted political power. Guess what he did? I don't know how he got these troops together, but he got these troops together and he took under siege this school. And he turned the school, girl, into like a prison. I went to this place and everything. Like I saw the skulls, the bodies, the bones. I walked on the grounds where women were buried alive with their kids. Guess what this man did? He killed all the rich and all the smart people of one generation. Get them things from the billions. So guess what happened? The fucking economy in Cambodia is very poor, but they have a lot of temples, and it's still unexplainable as to how the temples were built of bricks that weighed 20 ton high buildings. So I went and I prayed with the monks. I went inside these temples and I took my son. And that's how I learned like the real power of meditation and quieting the mind. Like you gotta understand, like a lot of these people who was captive, enslaved, kidnapped. Imagine you thinking something is the greatest day of your life. Because here's how he did. He lured the people. He would say, like, if you smart, he'll be like, I got this school I want you to work at. And like, he lured you. So you thought you packed your bags voluntarily willing to go to this school to teach the kids for either high pay or if you was rich, he lured you somehow. Man, he killed kids, and he didn't have guns and bullets were expensive. So he fucking whipped the people to death, man. They got executed to death. So I went in those rooms where people died, and man, it's just the energy I felt. That's when I started to realize the power of energy. Then we went to the temples, and in the temples, in this one particular site, they had this building that was see-through glass, and it was nothing but skulls, 9 feet. So they kept the skulls of the people, the bones. So it's like, it's a real like place that people go to visit, like to pay honor of the people that died under the siege of Pol Pot. And you know, the reality that people don't know, unfortunately, like to this very day, people don't have shoes. People very, very poor over there. They make $100, $200 a month. And a lot of them don't have shoes. So when I heard the story, like, it's so crazy because I remember on that flight. So on that flight home, me and my son, it was like a 3-day flight. It was like a lot of days. By the time we got home, going and coming, we was both stank. That's how long the flight was. Like, it was long. We had to fly on a little plane and another little plane, and like, it was fucking scary. You know, it's like you didn't know that you got to go through all these different routes, but you in there now, what the fuck you gonna do? So I remember walking to some of the planes like, bitch, what the fuck you done signed up for, bitch? And what I'm supposed to do? But anyway, on the way back home, I discovered that my son and I both gave up our shoes. We never talked about it. He was like, man, I gave my shoes away, all my shoes away. I'm like, me too. And that's when on the plane home, economic elevation everywhere dropped in my spirit. And I said, everywhere I go, the land will be blessed. I will elevate everywhere I go, just because people gonna know I was there because the economy would do better, just because I came, goddammit. And so now my whole concept is to entrepreneurs that all they gotta do is spend $5,000 on any one of my brands, one time. Once they do that, they gotta flip it. You flip 4 times, 5, 10, 15, 20, that's 20 grand. You take 10 grand, you reinvest in different brands. You look like the brand you're selling, you promote the brand that you're selling. You keep flipping, you keep growing, you keep going, you keep connecting with new people. You create a lane for yourself, a respectable lane, by number one, attaching yourself to another respectable brand. But then we're gonna promote for these people. People got businesses with great products that nobody knows about, but because they ain't doing no promotions. So we're gonna do promotions for people. We're gonna bring them on to the podcast. We're gonna bring them on to the Candid Conversations on Instagram. And it's all about who are you? Like every entrepreneur have a story of how they once was a failure that didn't decide to quit. That's the truth. You ain't just jump out your mama and be no entrepreneur. It's a story that you got to tell. It's a story that you got to tell. So who are you? Who is this person behind this brand? Who is this lady who sells makeup? Who is this lady who, sells a workout ebook, and lost 140 pounds? Like, how did you get into that mindset? What did you do? Like, people don't realize how much value their own story has on how it can help somebody else. So I'm going to help bring that. And I'm going to do a lot of training. We're launching a training at The Awakening. Build your business, your brand, and your bank account while being yourself. People don't know, so that's why I told you, like, the content calendar we're going to come up with, keeping all the analytics for what's happening on YouTube so they can really see, like, we did, 70,000 TikTok followers in, 7 days?
It was a lot. I had to go back to it, but definitely.
Yeah,
you went from
32,000 and some change.
Yeah.
So, people don't know how to do that. People don't know how to really activate their hustle. And that's what $1 Million Hustle is about. It's about how does Stormy Wellington help people to activate their hustle. And it wasn't until recently that I realized that all the things that I think is common sense that people won't do because I think they lazy, they don't know. They just don't fucking know. And that's why I have no problem. If you don't make $20,000 a month, you ain't woke. And if you woke, you ain't broke. And I'm unapologetically gonna let motherfuckers know. Cause I want you to know, you don't make $20,000 a month in this economy, you sleep than a motherfucker. You don't know you don't know enough. What we doing next? You not that smart.